Uganda's parliament has voted overwhelmingly to remove the age limit of 75 for presidential candidates. MPs voted 315 to 62 in favour of the amendment. It was 3 days of intense debate. Emotions were high for the opposition. Police blocked some legislators who opposed the bill from entering Parliament. Brawls were sparked and 2 lawmakers detained. The constitutional change will allow incumbent President Yoweri Museveni to run for an unprecedented 6th term in office. 73-year-old President Museveni has ruled Uganda for more than 30 years. He can now seek re-election in 2021. His supporters argue that Ugandans can always vote him out of power. Well, for more on that story, CGTN's Leon Esenyange joins me now from Kampala. Leon, the House overwhelmingly voted for the amendment. What did the opposition say about the process?
Well, you must start off by saying that there's a sense of disappointment, a wave of defeat, and pretty much so a feeling of acceptance from the opposition party. They definitely knew that the numbers were never going to work in their favor. They were the fewer in the House, in the Parliament there, and their votes pretty much threefold what the yes members of Parliament had in the House from the voting. But the process, the opposition members there say that is full of flaws, or was entirely flawed right from the beginning, from the time the bill itself on the amendment of the age limit was tabled. That was back in September. A press conference this morning at the Parliament, actually, from the opposition leader there, said that the process was flawed. The tabling was full of a couple of mistakes. The debating process itself was not entirely fair, and in many ways, the voting did not meet the standards that actually Parliament should, the processes that Parliament actually has to go through. The leader of opposition saying that the Speaker should have closed the doors, rang the bell 5 minutes, for at least 5 minutes before the voting process could go on. That did not happen. The Speaker allowed a couple of members of Parliament back into the House just so they can vote. So many heres and there's that the opposition are saying, and well, pretty much not a fair vote on their side, but they go out saying they at least fought a good fight in this one.
And Leon, MPs also get to stay longer in Parliament before going back to the electorate. How have the Ugandan people reacted to this development?
In shock, I must say. Not many of us, or even many Ugandans, saw this coming through in the sessions yesterday. Of course, many were taken over by the voting on the age limit bill, and the discussions that came through after that voting process had these particular clauses tabled as well and debated. So many of the members of Parliament, they are saying yes to the extension of their own term limit. Many Ugandans are not happy about that. Many are actually surprised by that particular move, and it leaves many wondering, okay, we voted you for 5 years, so now you actually want the 7-year term. That doesn't make you any different from the head of state himself, who's seeking an extension to the presidency. So definitely there's lots of questioning, there's lots of learning from the Ugandans themselves on how this process has been, and many of the members of Parliament will have many questions themselves to ask when they go back to seek re-election.
Okay, thank you very much for that update. That was CGTN's Leon Esenyange there, joining us live from Kampala in Uganda.